Beautiful people. Hey, it's your girl, Daunessy Shaitaire, back at it again with another Back at It Again. Welcome back to another episode of the Aligned Effect podcast, where we discuss healing childhood traumas, practicing self care, and discovering spiritual balance. As you can see, Pod Family, y'all already know what I'm going to say to y'all because y'all need to be on the YouTube checking out these visuals so you can see for yourself the energy that's being fed for y'all.
You know the
But
vibes.
YouTube fans, come on now. She know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
Yes.
Today we are joined by a beautiful, amazing, kind-hearted, awesome spirit. I could say so many, there's so many euphemisms that I could use to describe this individual truly, but I feel like y'all gonna catch it. I feel like y'all see it already.
Thank you so much.
Introducing
you got me blushing here.
Vibe.
You got me blushing
Vibe. Introducing Maxine Catlin.
Hey.
As y'all know, insert applause.
Okay,
Yes.
I am Max Catlin, Maxine Catlin, Coco. You know the vibes. I am a mother of a beautiful baby girl. I am also, I just started my own business for life coach, Angels Healings, coming soon to you in every state. Okay.
Links will be in the description box below.
Absolutely. And we're here. And it's been a long time coming.
We here. And well, y'all already know how this goes. We're gonna converse and y'all gonna vibe with us. But one of the things that we were talking about before we got on camera, um, I just shared with her a memory that I had of her some years ago. I'm not gonna say how many years. None of your business. But some years ago, I was like, I don't even know what grade I was in. I had to be like in sixth grade. And it was just a memory of her cussing me out with love and reminding me of my power and my potential, even at that young of an age, even as a child, even how many grades above me were you then?
I want to say like probably.
Max, are you in the 30 club already?
Not yet.
You're not in the 30 club? Okay, she's not in the 30 club, so it's not that big of a difference. It's not that big of a difference.
I'm almost there, but we ain't there yet.
But that's who she's always been. As y'all can see from the title, as y'all already know, I always give a little bit of insight as to why I choose the guest that I chose. And the reason why I chose her is because that's who she's always been for as long as I've known her. And I've known her for some years, y'all.
Yes.
And
we go way back.
Way back.
So
we go so far back that she still had her New York accent, y'all. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that it's all the way gone because it's a little bit there. It's not all the way gone, but that thing was thick. Like she was still using the lingo and everything. Like niggas knew what she was talking about. But that's who she's always been. And I felt like who better to talk about speaking life and the ups and downs of what that means when you call yourself a speaker of life, when you label yourself, when you decide to take that journey. Because I think that people think that it's real sweet out here, always wanting to be not even be positive, but just find the perspective that serves rather than harms. Right. So talk about that journey. Where did you like I said, from a young age, this has been your vibe. Mm-hmm. So where did you get that from? Like, who did you have anybody speaking life in your life, or was this is just who God made Max to be?
Well, let me give a big shout out to my mother. My mother.
Hey, Miss Catlin.
Hey, Miss Catlin. Yeah, girl. But my mother, she always taught me treat people the way you want to be treated. And let me say that again. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. So that always been in the back of my mind. I done been around nasty people. I done been around people that disrespected me. Don't get too cute, cause I have that other side of me. But I treat people the way I want to be treated. And not only that, because you never know what people go through. Sometimes people are very mean to you because they have other things going on in their life. I don't know that. You don't know that. So that's why I treat people with kindness. When I see certain people in the street, I say, you are so beautiful, or I like your outfit, or I love your smile. Because you don't never know if that's the first time they actually getting a compliment. You don't know what demons they are built, like they're battling. So for me, it's like my mom always taught me to be kind to people. So that's just, and I'm gonna raise my daughter like that too. Like I have a big heart. I love everyone. If I had my own world, I just want everybody to be happy and just like, in reality, that's not it. And sometimes when you have that personality, you tend to feel like you get used. People take advantage of you. People hurt you more often, and it's just a lot of things that you go through as being that person, kind and motivating everyone. You kind of sometimes, I think when I changed who I was per se to stop giving my energy to everyone is when I got called gullible.
Yeah.
The day that I got called gullible, that brought something to me, because when you sit back and you think about everything that you do for others and how much you put and pour into others, and they could do you so wrong and they could hurt you so bad, and you just don't understand why. I started to be careful who I give my love to. I started to be more mindful who I give my energy to. So the person that I was, that you met at a young age, I was young like that. So when I say my heart is pure, it's truly pure. Like, it's not, I don't make this up, or I could change. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I learned to stop wearing it too much on my sleeve that people can see it. You have to literally get to know me and converse with me to know who I am.
Yeah.
And that's only because I have to protect me. It's nothing against you, but I've been through some things, but that don't mean that I have to be nasty to you, because I have to protect me, and I have to have boundaries with people that's in my life. And that's okay.
And that's okay. And I try to tell people that all the time. I think people think that having boundaries, and this is why I say to people, one of the things that I've had to get comfortable with is being labeled by other people different things, being called the angry black woman, being called the bitch, being called the things, just because once you do allow people to know the lines that they cannot cross, I think it kind of shows them the amount of lines that they've allowed other people to cross with them. And then it becomes kind of abrasive between you two now, because it's like you're trying to have a power struggle with me, and I'm just trying to own my own power. Like, you're trying to go to war with me, and I'm just trying to make sure I don't lose my mind. And I don't think people understand that. I think people see the lines and they just feel like they're being attacked and they're being this. I made a post about, and it was more so along for the lines of addicts, but we take things personal, but not personal enough. You know what I mean? Like, if it offends you, that's okay. But take it so personal that you're now asking yourself, why am I offended by somebody else wanting to protect themselves? Why do I feel some type of way about, okay, this is a decision that they're making for their life, or why am I, you know what I mean? And we don't ask ourselves those questions. We don't, it's like we're afraid to know who we are. And I think that knowing yourself that intimately is necessary. You know what I mean? Like you said, when you have the kind of heart that you have, it often gets weaponized against you. You know what I mean? And for a long time, I felt the weaponization of it. Like, I felt the something's wrong with me. The I'm broken. My love is wrong. My this is that and is wrong. And there was never anything wrong with me. Like, there's never, for anybody who ever feels like that, there's never anything wrong with you. Your heart's not too big. Your love's not too strong. You're not too much. You are exactly how God created you to be. You just got to keep holding out until you are met with the same energy that you are honestly given. And even that, I had to learn how to look at the evidence of my life. Like, and let that show me my heart as well. You know what I mean? Like, the evidence of my life, like, I live, you know what I'm saying? Like a very good, like, it's the opposite of what I grew up in, the opposite of what I was once met with, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to do certain things, go certain places, experience certain things that, other people around you may not be.
Some people didn't even make it to our age.
Girl.
A lot of people did not make it to our age.
Girl.
So I want you to know, I'm telling you right now,
Girl.
that I know her from years ago.
Oh God, y'all need to hear about this. Y'all need to hear about this.
She have changed in so many ways, but for the better. And I don't see you have to meet certain people, and that's how you know who's supposed to be in your life and who's not supposed to be. If people still judge you for your past and how you was, they're not for you. They're not supposed to go on this journey with you. So when I see this young lady right here, I see this new woman that has grown into a beautiful woman, inside and out. She did not let her past infatuate with who she is and who she's trying to be. You understand? And that's hard right now to admit, because a lot of people don't get out. A lot of people don't get out. A lot of people are not in your space right now that can say that I'm trying. I'm getting better day by day. I'm taking things step by step. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm praying. I'm changing my life for better. I'm accepting people that hurt me in the past, and I forgive you. A lot of people don't understand that. And and God, sometimes he shows us the people that's supposed to be in your life, because if they don't forgive you and don't see surpass how you used to be and the new you, they're not for you. And I had to learn that.
Man.
Because anybody that likes the person that I was the lowest. I was the lowest to me. Or I wasn't the person that I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you're okay with that. Then you're not for me.
How have you, like I said, when we first met, we were children, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
How have you navigated life with all of the things that happen as you grow up? Like you said, you had a child,
Yes.
you're engaged,
Yes.
but you know what I'm saying? There were other people before him. There were other situations. There were friendship traumas and breakups and things like that. How have you maintained your mindset, your energy, your heart, while still growing through that? Because I think sometimes some people don't grow up in that. They kind of stay the same and just get older.
Right. Okay.
So how have you grown through all of those different changes that life throws at us every day?
Well, number one, I got through it with God. That's number one. Number two is my family. I'm going to be the one that's going to get my family whatever they need in their life or everything they want. So right there, that always been my mindset. I could be hurt today or tomorrow, but I said I always going to go get her. Since I was younger, I've been working since I was 16. I always had that mindset. Anything that I want, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
And my mom taught me that. You know, my mom always told me that life is what you make it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite word. Even when I feel down or I feel like I want to give up, I constantly say to myself, or I hear my mother's words, life is what you make it. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So when I went through life, and I went through life, you know, like you change, especially living in New York, it's party scene.
Yeah.
Everything is about a party. Everything is about, you know, clubbing and turned up, and you meet new people. You meet people that's not for you. You know, you deal with different guys that wasn't for you, but you think they were for you, but they all were lessons to you in your life. So each person that I ever came across in life was a lesson for me if they're not continuous, my friend. You know, they were lessons. They showed me different things in life. So for me, I try to always be on a positive side. And don't get me wrong, because I'm human. I have days where some days I had a breakdown. You know, I think this is when I lived in, you know, New York, and I was like just young and just free and just doing everything and just partying every day. And I just remember I broke down to God and I told him I want him to lead me, show me the way, and I shall follow. And it was just a lot going on. You know, you kind of, one thing about me, I'm a leader, never a follower. So for me to stay focused and stay grounded of who I am and never lose who I am, I had to separate myself and had to get low. And the people that was for me understood that. They never judged me, never, girl, why you not calling me? Why you not texting me? None of that. Because people that's supposed to be in your life, they get it. Sometimes you just need time for yourself and figure out what you want to do in your life and what is your purpose. And that's okay. I want people to understand that is okay. When you need time for yourself, take that time. Because the people that's for you in your life, they're going to understand and they get it. And the people that don't understand, they're not for you. And don't force that. Anybody that's in my life right now, friendships, relationships, anything, family, anything, they're in my life because they understand.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need that. We need time to just talk to God. We need time just to ourselves to figure out where we want to be in life, where we want to go. I'm an emotional person. So I'm that friend. I'm that family member. When you tell me something, it sticks in my head because I feel for you.
Yeah.
You can tell me that you're going through the worst thing in your life right now, and my emotions react to that.
Yeah.
I may not show you because I'm going to be strong for you, but for me, I'm hurting inside. I'm feeling everything that you're feeling. So for me, sometimes I have to say, you know what? I'm going to talk to you later. I love you. I'm here for you. But I got to get myself together because if not, you're going to go crazy. And that is a thing. We get so emotionally attached to everybody else's life that we tend to forget ourselves. And that's where self-love comes from as well. And that became a thing for me. I never knew that. I knew what self-love was because of my mother telling me to love myself. But as far as me doing just things for myself,
Yeah.
I'm a giver. I'll give my last to anyone, a stranger, anybody. So for me, it's like I had to learn life with like, I just gave. So I couldn't give no more. And that's when I had that breakdown. So that's why sometimes before you get to that point, you need to either speak up or you need to take time for yourself and love on yourself because it's a lot going on right now. A lot.
A lot going on right now. That's one thing that I learned. My people know I'm quick to take a hiatus. I'm quick to disappear. See you 3 to 5 months. See you in a year. I don't know what the time frame is going to be, but it's going to be a time frame, and we're going to take that time. Because I get one thing that I learned, um, and that I'm learning is the correct language for the experiences that I've gone through, and understanding the power and knowing what it's called. You know what I mean? Not just I got hurt or I went through pain, but knowing, hey, you have some form of PTSD, knowing you have some form of anxiety, knowing you have, and I think that knowing those things about myself has helped me make sense of how I operate with the world and how I allow the world to operate with me. Because you never want people to feel like I don't know the kind of word that I'm trying to choose. I never wanted people to feel like they had to walk on eggshells just because I was hurt. But at the same time, I think we get so used to not acknowledging our hurt that we don't always know how to tell when it's present. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of going through. It's just another situation, or it's just another, that is a thing. There is something that's going on there that's altering how you're operating with life and with yourself in that. And that's why I love having these conversations, because I think that we have, and I say it all the time, we have romanticized it so much that I think that people think that it's easy. Like, I think that people think that, okay, they're telling me, be positive, find your way through it, get your way, giving you all of the other sides. But it takes a work. It takes a conscious choice every day to not let the voices that come up and talk to us sometimes talk us into really whooping that nigga's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that'll really teach them. That'll show you. That'll show you. But then what is it going to do for you afterwards? Right. And how are you going to feel afterwards? Right. And then you're still going to have the conversation afterwards. You're still going to, whatever you wish to avoid, it's still going to need to be established, talked about, understood afterwards. But I think everybody is such in a rush to get to the afterwards that they don't understand that the before words is the place to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
girl, listen,
I like
all the time, because sometimes I'm a nice person, but sometimes people want to take you there. You just like, who are you talking to? You know, and it's you. But then I look myself in the mirror and I tell myself again, I'm an Usa. I either said Usa or I have my cousin I go to, lovely cousin. And he with keys. So I'll either call her because she helps me maintain that level of calmness. You know, sometimes when you forget who you are and what you are standing for, you know, sometimes the devil and the demons be trying to get you to that old you. But you work so hard to get out of that. And I refuse to let any little boogaboo get me out of how hard I work towards this new me.
So what are some things that you did for your self-love journey that you want to talk about? Like, cause I know it's all trial and error. It's really just, it's not, that's what I always say, find your thing. Like, you can listen to other people's journeys. You can listen to the things that they did and you can try to copy, but find your way, your blueprint, your mix up your chemistry, your DNA for your own sauce, okay? Because when it's customized, can't nobody else wear it. You feel what I'm saying? Period. So, what was your journey to really discovering like self-love? Like, what did you do? Did you do all of the stuff that we hear about in Google? Did you Google the things and then just start trying? Like, what did you do to love on you again?
Oh, I love this question. Number one, I would look myself in the mirror and I would tell myself, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are passionate, you can do anything that you put your mind to. I say things, affirmations to myself, just to remind myself of who I am. I'm powerful, I'm intelligent, different things like that. Yeah. Also, get you a bubble bath. Get you a little glass of wine. Sit down. Listen to some little Keith Sweat.
Sit down.
Sit down. Watch a little, listen. I don't know what song that was, but you felt it. You felt it though. We're gonna take it back to the 90s. Cause listen, I got an old soul. I listen to them 90s, okay? But just listen to music. I love old school music. So that for me was self-love too. Like, listen, just vibing out. It's all because of you. You know? Also shopping, It's really good.
It's the sipping the wine. It's the sipping the wine. It's really good, y'all. It's really good. You should try it.
We're trying to budget, but shopping will do it too. And treating yourself. I used to feel guilty treating myself.
Yeah.
Especially
before your daughter?
A little bit too, yeah, because like I said, anybody that's going through things, I want to be there for them.
Understandable.
I would give my last to anyone. Like, literally.
Has that changed for you, that whole giver mentality, since your daughter? Like, are you kind of like more
Absolutely.
like, okay, she needs this though. Like, I understand that you need this, but she needs this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What boundaries have been created, whether knowingly or unknowingly, since she's entered the
community? My boundaries right now since having my baby. Let me tell you something. Both of these cameras. They up here. Cause my daughter's my life. She is so amazing. She is so like, I, I love my daughter so much. Like, she is the most precious thing to me. And I just want to love on her, protect her, provide for her, like just teach her self-love, everything that you could ever imagine. So my boundaries, I even done cut off friends since I became a mother. That's how serious my
You
life
like
has
that.
become, becoming a mother. As becoming a mother, your life go through changes. And let me tell you something, there's two types of mothers in this world.
Mm-hmm.
But I come from a good mother. I come from a great mother. So she made that standard for me very high.
Very hard.
So when it comes to my daughter, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. Anything that I show my child is because I'm putting that same into myself and into my life. And that goes through, and even when I'm talking to my friends and different things like that, I'm never going to give you advice that I'm not going to take for myself.
Yeah.
I don't never want to be a hypocrite.
I literally just had this conversation. One of the questions that I asked for our Mother's Day episode, and um, it was kind of on the lines of that. I said to them, because they have sons and they also have men in their lives, how can you teach your sons to be the kind of man that you don't even, you know what I mean?
You don't
Like
even have yourself.
you don't even hold yourself to the standard too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, and I like having that conversation because as a child, I feel like, especially as women, sometimes we speak of standards that we don't necessarily hold ourselves up to sometimes. Like it's easier to say what we will and will not versus what we actually deal with in real life. So how have you held your standard in relationships? Like, how have you, and then gotten here? Because finding a fiance, like finding a guy, like, I don't really know that journey. Sorry for my heterosexuals. I don't really have that struggle in life. But I hear finding a guy long enough to pay attention long enough to even get to, huh? What? Why are you whispering? Like it's like we in Catholic school, and it's a little secret. Yeah. But finding a guy who can even keep attention within themselves long enough, you got somebody to get all the way, like all the way. Like we next step is paperwork and documentation, and nigga, play with me if you want to. I can poison your food a little bit and get everything time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How have you? How has your journey with love been? Being somebody who has a standard and has examples given to them and is not really in the mood to let up on any of
Well, first thing with anyone that I ever been with, they even to this day, like any guy I ever been with or dealt with or was in a relationship with, they still, they still love me here. But it's just the realest thing that I always been genuine to them. Sometimes things don't work out, and I appreciate that because I wouldn't have my fiance and I wouldn't have my daughter. But I also had to learn my standards. Like I had to know what I'm going to allow and what I'm not going to allow. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, it comes with respect.
that.
Okay. let me talk.
Talk to the people real quick.
When you are dealing in a relationship, women don't ask for much, especially when you have women like me. There's a bunch of women like me that are good-hearted, that's loving, that got their own money, that got their own stuff, that got their own, they own. Only thing they ask for men is loyalty. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Provide for your family. Do a little romantic. Bring flowers when you're thinking about her. Send little texts. Like, we don't ask for much.
Really don't.
Playing a little day night.
It's kind of disturbing how little women ask for sometimes.
This big women ask for, especially when they're independent. I always been an independent woman. Anything that a man ever did for me was something extra. Don't ever get that twisted. My mother always said, God bless the child that got they yeah, God bless the child that got they But women don't ask for much. They want loyalty. They want love. You know, if they have children, treat their children how you would treat yours. Respect. If we have a disagreement, and I haven't learned this because, you know, I love my fiance. My fiance is really like I said, I met good guys in my time. Like, I met some really dope guys, like, that treated me good, but it was just not our time, and that's fine. And I wish them nothing but the best. First of all, don't even be a hater. That's another thing. People be so miserable when your exes move on and your exes, you know, found somebody else or they happy. Don't do that. Because you're blocking your blessings when you act like that.
Yeah.
I would never.
You know? Especially when you know some of the things that you know about the person.
Exactly.
Why are you?
First of
Ask
all,
yourself, why
every
are
guy
you?
that I've ever been with, they know they can't lie to me. First of all, I got too many male cousins for you to lie to me. They already taught me the game when I'm the baby in my family. You can't tell me nothing I don't already know. Yeah. So when I tell you to be honest with me, be honest with me. Sometimes these men don't even give women options because you don't even know what type of woman you may have. Yeah. You may have a woman that's okay with certain things. And you may have a woman that is not. And I'm sorry, I'm the one that's not. I'll be a friend, but
I'll be your friend.
You want your friend? Yeah, I'll be your friend. But all that extra stuff I'm not down with. Loyalty. I'm so big on loyalty, especially because you know what I can't stand? I can't stand a man that is a narcissist. Yeah. I can't stand a man that's like he plays mind games with you. He will literally make it seem like to you that you bugging out, you crazy, it's a you thing, but deep inside he know what he doing. Deep inside you know what you feeling. You're not bugging. Listen to your intuition, and that's when that self-love come in. When you know something is not right, listen to your intuition. When you know something is not right, you don't have to stay around. You don't have to, no, especially when you know you're doing nothing but being good to that person. What? You don't. And I want to tell any woman that's out there to love yourself. Let me repeat myself. Love yourself. You are worthy to have a man that loves you, that appreciates you, that will put as much as love and everything that you put in him, that give him that 100, he's gonna give it back to you. You do not need to settle. You do not need to settle. I see so many beautiful women in this world settling, and it breaks me. You do not need to settle. You need to know your worth. When you have that feeling that something is not okay, you walk away and you pray. You get on your knees and you pray to that man upstairs and you ask him to help you go through your healing process. Because I'm telling you, with that man, anything is possible. But you do not make a fool out yourself. You do not degrade yourself for anybody in this world. It is disgusting. They are talking about you. Y'all, they are laughing at you.
I know she's so serious, but that just threw me. It's disgusting. To talk about you. Just so you know. Just so you know. It's disgusting. And that's what you thought they were. They talk about you, sis.
They are.
They are.
They are balancing you.
And they are.
It doesn't matter what age they are. Because age, let me tell you, stupidness don't have no age. But as a woman, a man is going to only allow and do what you allow him to do. You know your worth. You know your worth. You know that you are beautiful inside and out, and you don't need certain bull crap that you're going through. I done seen women on Facebook over here. You know, it's a touchy subject that on live. She went live. She killed her family because of a man. You know, and things like that bothers me so much. And I wish that I was her friend, or I wish that she could have called me and talked to her. To know that you are not alone. Anything that you are going through in life, you are not alone. Reach out to someone. Talk to somebody. Reach out to your closest friend. Talk to somebody. You are loved. I love you. If you feel like nobody don't love you, I love you. You have a purpose. But you have to stand for what you stand for and what you believe. I'm tired of seeing our beautiful women hurt, looking crazy, doing wild things. You don't need to do that.
Wild things.
And you know what's crazy? When you in jail or you 6 feet under, that same man that you doing all that stuff for is living his best life. Probably another woman that he's controlling and he's manipulating, and you're either on the bars or you down. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So that's when, you know, that's what a lot of women are going through right now with these men. And I'm not going to say all men are like that, because they're not. You have some great men in this world, but you also have some vicious men. And I ain't going to lie, the women too. Some of y'all is trifling. Some of y'all are, and you know it. Y'all trifling.
Real trifling.
So I'm not going to just come at the men too, because there's some good guys that really got hurt and did dirty by women.
You don't ever want to have that conversation. I keep trying to have that conversation with my friends, because I be wanting everybody to see both sides.
They don't
because
want
me,
to.
I'm team.
I'm with it.
I am team fuck these niggas all day long. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't say that, because
I'm basically the union manager. But understand this, just because I represent my women does not mean that I don't negate them altogether. Absolutely. It's just, I think I negate a certain,
but when you don't settle,
a certain kind.
Absolutely.
A certain kind that has made it okay for it to be a standard. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I realize now, because I keep trying to have a conversation on both sides, because I realize that we do put a lot on one side, but not the other. You know what I mean? Like, women hate being told about themselves. We hate being told about, like, we'd rather somebody go into agreement with our pain than tell us our possibilities.
I don't, the one thing about me, I'm a realistic. And like I told you in the beginning of this segment, I'm going to keep it real, I'm going to keep it raw, and I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to sit here, I'm not going to bash, because, you know, it goes both ways. A woman is going to allow what a man is going to do. If you choose to allow that, that's you. Also, there's women out there that's wicked.
Wicked.
Real
eaters. I got a couple friends that are some real eaters, real man eaters.
That they hurt men to the point that they can never love again. I seen good men get turned into cold-hearted men. But you know, and I had to have this form of, I'm so happy that I learned what I'm going to allow and what I'm not, because I would never found the wonderful man that I have right now. This man been there for me through thick and thin. Like, anything, like, from my birth, from any health issues, anything that I ever could think of in life, he been there for me. Anything that I did for my business, he been there for me. He loves me. We love each other. We came from nothing together. And that's another thing that women tend to do. They want a man that's, I want a man that got it all. I want a man that he got all the money. He do this for me. But what you bringing to the table?
Honey, I ask that question all the goddamn time. And they don't ever have an answer. Like, I live in Maryland. Baltimore is very much.
I'd rather a man I could build an empire with. We start from the bottom together, but baby, let me tell you, when we rise, we're gonna rise up.
Listen, Baltimore has a lot of gangs there, right? So a lot of these niggas are in the streets, right? Cool. So I asked my homegirls, like, but what are y'all doing? Like, y'all keep yelling at him to do this and do that and do that, and you may Google some things, but what are you doing to help them transition out of that? What are you bringing to the table to help them transition that? Because if you're going to sit there and complain about the lifestyle in which they're living, as you should, as you have your rights to, but at the same time, you're benefiting off of it. You're very much benefiting off of the bags, the clothes, the this, the that. So you can't say, hey, I don't like this, but be okay still with getting the goods of what comes with that. And I understand the goods is good. The goods be good. They be good then. They be, you know what I mean?
But that's not everything.
That's not everything, but I think a lot of people, especially when you come from the hood, when you come from that kind of, being able to afford certain things is easier than communicating. It's easier, where's my money at? It's easier than saying, hey, you broke my heart. Or, hey, I have an issue. Because women don't want to be seen as the nagger. They don't want to be seen as the this and the that and the that.
I'm going to uplift my man. I'm sorry. I'm going to uplift my man. Okay. And that goes for anybody that you are with. I uplift anybody I'm around. Like, you could be a total girl, you look good, you are doing it, you are fabulous, I'm going to uplift my man, because when they feel good, they going to do better, and it's going to encourage them to be more.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So how you said earlier, you said start with your man with nothing. And then you just said you're going to uplift your man. When you say a man with nothing, I think the girls are going to need to put that a little to perspective,
when
because
I say
they done been with nothing.
With nothing, okay. First of all, there's two type of men with nothing. Let me separate. There could be a man that either it's a situation going on with him, but you could tell that he's a hard worker. He wants to provide for his family, but he may not be in a situation that he can. And there's a lazy man that has nothing. He wants to live off a gift. Which one you going with? I'm going with the one that wants to work 2-3 jobs to provide for his family, that wants to tell his wife or his, listen, work on yourself and I'll pay the bills, and it may not be, the celebrity type form that they have it all together. A lot of women just want everything to just be handed to them. And there's some men out there, good men out there, that they don't have it right now. But they working towards it, just like me and you. We are working towards everything we want in life. So what, because of a man, he doesn't have everything together, but he's working towards it, that you think that he is lower than you. And a lot of women do that. And I sat and I watched and I observed that a lot of women think that because a man is not, oh, he don't have that Gucci, he can't buy me my Chanel. Girl, I want to buy a house, I want to buy land, I want to buy property with my man. Because you can have a man that has everything in this world
and still have nothing.
And everything is in his name. So when he leaves you,
you ain't got
nothing.
But a wet ass and a broken heart.
Thank you.
I tell my friends all that. Now, I come from it from a different kind of angle, because like I said, my friends deal with street niggas. Your guy sounds to be less street, a little bit more corporate.
He is a Jamaican.
I thought I was going to ask, I was like, isn't he a Haitian or something like that?
No, he is a Jamaican, and he is hard working.
I was about to say, you didn't even have to say the hard working person. Once you say Jamaican, we already know how they come in. You already know how they come in. They work in multiple jobs, multiple hours. Matter of fact, they're building their own sun, because they need more than 24 hours in a day. Somehow, they built a sun to extend the days. Listen.
You already hear.
Homeland, they do a lot.
I really, one thing I love about my relationships is that we encourage each other. We sometimes we be in a bed, we just think about different ways how we could better our family, and you know what? We could do this to make money, or we could open this business. Yeah. It's good to have that type of relationship that can talk about building an empire. So I didn't care about finding somebody that already had it or anything, because I already have that drive. Yeah. So when you meet somebody else that has that drive that you had, magic happens. It's going to build something. It's going to build an empire, and we won't get where we want to get. You get what I'm saying? Because it's all made out of love. You know what I mean? It's never... I can't stand women that just feel like, oh, because he has to have... Girl, bye. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I get it. You feel like you deserve everything you do, but if you're not even up to yourself and where you want to be in life, you cannot ask for certain requests. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you. Some of y'all don't have no jobs and y'all want a man that has everything. First of all, 10 out of 10, he gonna cheat on you. He gonna bring you back something. He gonna dog you out, beat you up. Something. You're never gonna have the full package. You never are. Because from the get-go, you looking at him as a dollar sign. You're not looking at him because you genuinely want to be with this person. You want to build a life with this person. You want to have an empire with this person. Y'all want to have land together. Y'all want to make children together and do the family thing. So off rip, you're going to always be in a predicament where it's like, why is he doing this to me? A man is going to react to how you act. If you come off as if you are money hungry and you want him to just spend bread on you and they're going to treat you like that.
And they're going to treat you like your whore. And they're going to talk about you.
They are.
And I have a brother, and if you know who my brother is and you're watching this and you've ever felt like you was one of his whores, you were. You were. That's why I tell y'all to leave that man alone. It's the word of God. That's why I told him to leave that man alone, because I didn't know. Like, my experience with men in itself is limited. Like, I have a lot of male cousins, but I didn't really grow up around them. I got brothers, but they were in the streets, so I didn't really see them, and I didn't know them until I got older. But when I got around my brother, and I got around his friends, and I seen how they talk, and what they talk about, and what they say, and how they look at women, and how they categorize the different women, how you're not. How they categorize women. I'm actually partially deaf, so it sounds quieter to me because it sounds loud inside in my head. Like, in my head, I'm really loud. So I try to purposely talk quieter so it doesn't come across like I'm trying to yell at you. Because sometimes people have told me that I get too passionate and it sounds like I'm trying to yell at them or talk at them. Huh? No. I just need try to keep that in mind. Yeah. But how they categorize women, like he said one day, how he'll like take a bitch from the hood and take her to where he say he would take her to, Carrabba's, just because. Yeah, just so he could take her to Carrabba's because he knew that she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always tell women all the time, like, niggas are predators. No matter how you want to spell it, whether it's a nicer predator you have it, they smell the kind of person that is going to be beneficial to them in which way or whatever type of way. You know what I'm saying?
My man is amazing. He cut. He clean.
Oh, you be getting real Jamaican.
I get you real Jamaican oxtail.
Next time we get some rice and peas going, yeah. Might be over. I just want a little ice and peas. I just want a little rice and peas.
Yeah, and he said bass for me, and he's just really a gentleman. But it's like, I had to go through a lot of, to get to this point.
And did you, when you went through all of that, because I think that I'm a firm believer in energy attracts energy, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I could tell, but just by talking to you, is that you didn't allow what happened to penetrate your heart. You know what I mean? To change it. Because I think so often those women, now I listen to my friends all day long and I just be so concerned for them. Because I understand, like, because I understand that for real, like, oh, you're right. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, be real good. Like, okay, I understand that he did all of these things. I get that. But like, now no nigga ever is gonna ever love you ever again.
like, wait, they be like, oh yeah, he, shut up, Max, shut up, Max. He took my mama down the stairs. And they still be like, but I love him. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hey.
He don't wash his butt.
Bro, I got hurt.
What is going on here? I'm
First
just
of all, your feet stink. So
why are you with it? Why are you why is he in your bed?
You know, and
I
I said,
hate it.
oh, his feet stink. Where did she got bed? You was in the bed.
Listen, every time, and I hate that, and I hate especially when they break up, or if they have a falling out with their baby father. Now all of a sudden, his dookie stain pictures is a. So you telling me, you actively watch this man have dookie stain draws. You watch him take off those dookie stain draws, and then you look at his penis that's attached to the person that's attached to the dookie stain draws and say, "Let me suck it." let me, bye, good fucking bye, cause how dare you, Dookie,
She know better than that.
Dookie. And I be so concerned, like, all of this is going on.
This is
Like, all of this is going on, friend, and you decided to stay. Friend, I'm concerned for your future. Truly concerned for your future.
it's here. It's here. But all I say is that this is what it boils down to: loving yourself. You know, regardless, you feel it in the back of your mind that why am I with him? Why am I here? I'm telling you, God don't make no mistakes. He shows you. I'm telling you, any relationship that I ever had, I'm telling you story time. Any relationship I ever had, I ask God when I get with them and I start feeling the butterflies and all that. I be like, God, hold on. God, hold on. Tell me. Show me what I need. Expose what I need to be seen.
Real clear, cause you know I can be a
And
little
let me tell you
slow.
something.
Cause you know I can be a little slow.
And let me tell you something. God showed me every time. I done had a man told me that ain't him in the picture. And God showed me right. If I'm lying, I'm flying. God showed me the next day. The girl was like, me and my boyfriend staying here. I'm like, this my girl. And I sent him the picture. He like, that ain't me. Girl got the same hat, the same shirt.
Wasn't me sitting in the corner.
Hey, that was you.
That was you.
It's crazy that the guy had the same name.
So that wasn't you. Y'all didn't have the same name. Y'all didn't have the same outfit. It wasn't the same vibes. It wasn't the same energy.
Listen, one thing I'm telling y'all, when I say God don't play about me, don't play about you. If you ask him to show you something, he gonna show you. I'm gonna do about it once I show you this. And that's when God starts feeling like, I'm showing you this. I'm telling you this. You asked me to do this. Why are you still here? Why are you still putting yourself through this? You keep talking to me. You keep telling me what you're going through. I'm here. I am showing you the answers that you asked me for. But why are you not making moves?
Because we use God like ATM. Where they were supposed to stick the card in and something's automatically supposed to come out the way that we want it to come out.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
And it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't.
And for the most part, God gives us ingredients. Sometimes he doesn't even give us ingredients. Sometimes he just gives us a recipe. And sometimes that recipe doesn't come with measurements. It's just what you actually need. And sometimes you don't even know what the fuck you need.
And I just want
you just know what the fuck you're supposed to make.
And
I'm supposed to make lasagna. How you make lasagna? I don't know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Don't you? You supposed to.
It's a fact of loving yourself. It's a fact of waking up every morning and knowing your worth. Especially this is to the women that have children who's in toxic relationships and you know deep inside that you don't need to be in it. You are loved. You will be okay. You talk to God and you tell him to help you in your healing process. He's going to help you. You have people that are there for you. But I'm telling you, as soon as you let go of that, God is going to put somebody in your life that's going to love you, that's going to treat you right. And it's going to come so unexpectedly.
You're not always,
and I'm a proven fact.
You're not always going to feel worthy of it, especially in the beginning. That's one thing that I experienced, is that I didn't feel worthy of that kind of love when I first got it. And even still, there are some moments where it's like, dang, like you're doing the most. You're doing the most right now, just to show that you really, you thugging with me. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, who, God, like what is this? What is this? And get comfortable with that. Not in a way that you're questioning your blessings, not in a way that you're questioning God, not in a way that you're questioning the season that you're in, but in a way of understanding what it took to get there. You know what I mean? And I think that's made me appreciate the love in my life more than anything else in this world, is understanding what it took to get there. Communication. I'm a communicating queen. I mean everything. And I'm like, I come from a hostile environment growing up. So when you grow up in something like that, you become ultra aware of every little thing. So the facial expressions, the body language, the energy shifts, everything is something that you need to be aware of. So I'm like that even in my partnerships. You know what I mean? So you really need to talk to me, because if not, I'm going to look at you. You going to look at me a certain kind of way while I'm looking at you when we're talking. And in my mind, that look that you just had means that you feel a certain type of way about what I just said, or you question what I just said. The whole time you sitting there thinking about a ham sandwich. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Communicate. Tell them your wounds, not so they can use it against you, but so you both can know where you're coming from. Because sometimes I think in partnerships and connections, we hear our partner's story like, this happened in my past relationship, or this happened then, or this happened that, and we say it in a way where we don't want to experience it again. But I think we also say it in a way where we're kind of making it their responsibility to make up for the disconnects we felt in the past with other people. You know what I mean? So be honest about your scars, because you can't expect somebody not to hurt you in a way that they don't know, or in a way that they don't understand.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But the journey of love is,
The journey of love. It's
oh my
not easy.
gosh.
I wanna say this. It's not easy, especially if you're a person that been hurt previously. Sometimes things may trigger you. But the step of it for a successful relationship, I'm learning and I'm still learning, is communication is the key. We don't know what triggers our spouses. We don't know what triggers us sometimes until it happens. And instead of lashing out, we have to tend to talk about it. Well, you know what? This is how you made me feel when you said this. Or this, it brought back memories to me when you did this. Communication is truly the key. With communication, you cannot go wrong. Because let me tell you something. The devil, he'll try to come between something that is great, that's something going good for you. And it may come in all shapes and sizes. It may be a friend, it may be a family member, it may be, and that's why you have to learn how to keep people out your business as well. For a successful relationship, these are the key: communication, pray through the process, and keep people out your business. Let me repeat it again. Pray through the process, communication, and pray and what else?
Keeping people out your business.
Okay. You said it right.
We don't need to know everything. You don't need to make a Facebook post.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? If you planning on murdering your husband, try not to leave no evidence behind. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I want you to be successful in your life and your ventures moving forward. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself straight up. Keep it to yourself. And I think that also with communication comes the respect. Because when somebody is willing and able to hear you, or when you're in an environment where you're able to be heard and be seen, it creates that level of authority that comes with respect. So I know we have the conversation all the time about women and submission, and I think that we especially as Black women, we're told that we don't know how to submit, and we do, and it comes naturally. It's not something that you can force somebody into. You have to possess the kind of energy within yourself that there's a surety and a safety that anybody's going to feel, because there's a surety and a safety within you.
Amen.
So I think that communication comes with the respect. And then once you have the respect comes the trust, and so forth and so on. And don't be afraid to honor your partner. Like, I mean that in every which way possible. Honor them for all that they do. You're probably a lot. I know I'm a lot. I'm a whole lot. I'm a lot of woman. I'm a lot of person. I'm a lot of personality. I'm a lot of mouth. I'm a lot to deal with. So anytime that I'm able to love on or extend myself or overextend myself sometimes to show back the handling of the allotness that I am, it's the least I can do. Because I'm a lot. And I know you're a person, you're a lot.
Yeah.
Handle it with care.
Shout out to you, baby. I love you. Thank you.
Handle it with care.
Holding it down.
I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in my relationship move forward, not just romantic but familial, even friendships, is being okay with being vulnerable. Like, that is one of the biggest lessons that I'm learning right now. Is
I don't know how to do that, and I'm learning though. I
being
get you.
okay with being vulnerable. Like you, I have a big heart. I'm not afraid of my heart. I'm not ashamed of my heart. I embrace her to the absolute fullest because she's a part of me, and she is me. And I'm learning in this year. I'm learning in the past couple of months to be okay with that. Like, to be okay with the fact that I am the emotional one. Like, I am the one that will cuss you out with tears in my eyes. I am that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't turn it off. I can't make it less what it is to make you feel more comfortable. This is who I am. And I think that a lot of us aren't okay with that. Like, we're not okay with being vulnerable. Like, so what is your struggle with vulnerability? Why was that your reaction to that? Like, what's your struggle with it?
I'm independent, so I think other than like my immediate family and things like that, like I just always got it on my own. And I always never want. It's so bad that even when I have friends and they want to do things for me, I'm
You turn it down?
Yes. I'm just like I'm a giver, but it's hard for me to take. If that
It's
makes
hard for you to
sense.
receive. I understand.
It's hard for me to take. It's hard for me to receive. It's hard for me to like people to do things for me.
Yeah, I understand.
And it's just like, it's nothing against nobody. It's just I'm so like independent.
Girl,
But
you
I
gotta get
know
out of it. Like,
I'm trying because I'm in a relationship.
yeah, you gotta get. But the whole world, like,
I'm
you have an
engaged and I have a
energy.
daughter. Yes,
You have an energy that would make somebody want to do something for you.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like, a stranger walking down the street, I seen this flower. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like this what's a flower? You gotta get out of that. Like, you are worthy of receiving. You are worthy of getting.
Sometimes I just feel like, and only reason why I think I felt like that is because I never want nobody to throw anything in my face.
Fuck them.
That's the biggest thing, because I've seen that happen so many times. Yeah. It's like when people do something for you, they'll like throw it in your face and they talk about it. I done seen family members, sisters, like friends. I done seen them like, oh, because I did this. And I never want that though. I don't want that. Because whenever I do anything for anyone, it's because I choose to do it for you. I don't want you to feel like it's because you're asking me to, I have to. It's because whatever I'm doing for you, it's because it's for you and I genuinely wanted to do this for you. But don't ever get it misconstrued. You know, like I don't count favors. Anything I do for anyone,
yeah,
it's because it's from my heart.
yeah,
You give it back to me, you don't. It's okay. I'm okay with that.
yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that though. A lot of people don't get that. When a person get mad at you, they get vicious and they get nasty. And they start to mention things that they did for you. Counting favors. And I don't never count favors. Anything I do for anybody in my life is because I choose to do it.
I think that with that, it's just about having a discernment on who to receive from.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like being able to know the unspoken energy behind the person's intentions.
Right.
And I think God's always going to reveal that. You know what I mean? Going to always show you whether or not this is a deal you should be taking, a deal you should be signing, a gift you should be, you know what I mean? But what I've learned in the journey of learning how to receive is it opens you up for giving so much more.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like it just, it puts your giving in a different perspective.
Right.
Because it's not all, no, it's no longer just I'm giving because I seen a need and I was able to fill it. It's a responsibility that you carry with you.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like it's a responsibility. And when you start receiving it, the responsibility goes up 100 for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it just teaches you how to appreciate, especially when you know who's giving to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when it is that random stranger who just, God told me to do this or do that.
Amen.
Like that, it's like, damn, God, you really fuck with me like that. Like I've gone through seasons in my life where that was happening. You know, I'm like the season was so bad that for whatever reason, God just kept giving me reminders. I'm literally walking down the street, chilling on the steps with my folks. Some random white guy. I don't know. We're in the middle of fucking Dairy Street. Why is there a random white guy in slacks, khakis, and some Toms walking around handing out flowers to people? You know what I'm saying? But those little nuances and those little moments where you just see it's bigger than you, and you're just like a beautiful piece that's just gets to experience it. Like get to, you know what I mean? It's okay to be vulnerable.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay to be like, hey, I need help. It's okay. Especially because you have a baby now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to be, I watch all my friends got kids. I don't understand how I like no single friends. Like they're single, but they got kids. So technically they're in a relationship, committed for life.
Yeah.
Like no single friends. And I just, sometimes I watch them burn themselves out, trying so hard to be it all and do it all and carry it all and hold it all down. And then they turn 50 and they have no idea what to do for themselves or what to experience for themselves or what that looks like for themselves because they've spent their entire life being everything for everybody else. Don't let that be your story.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to be a giver. It's beautiful to be a giver. Yes. But receiving teaches you how to give yourself. You talked about self-love. That is the ultimate. And my favorite slogan, and it might be a whole new podcast one day in the future, is selfishness leads to selflessness.
I love it.
You know what I mean? I can't do for anybody if I'm unable to do for myself.
Amen.
I can't receive. I can't give if I'm unable to truly, truly receive.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to not be okay.
Right.
And it's okay to say, hey, I need help. And it's okay if you don't have all the answers. And it's okay if you don't have it figured out. And it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you any of that things. Right. There are moments in my life growing up that I wish my mom would have been okay with not being the perfect mom or her version of a perfect mom. You know what I mean? Because it wore her down in the future. And now she's paying for it.
Right.
Physically, because you're trying to do too much for too many people. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Right. And tell your folks. And like you said, your people won't understand. Especially because you have a daughter.
Right.
And I'm saying that because when you're trying so hard to be that for people, you're going to teach her to be that for people.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And we don't need any more women out here in the world just giving just because we got hearts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think it's one of the most beautiful things about being a woman is our hearts.
Right.
Is the fact that we can give to the capacity that we give. But we have to learn how to start giving to us.
Right.
Especially when kids come and play.
Let me get a bite.
Huh?
I'm hungry.
Huh?
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. You're looking like a whole burger right now.
Bye.
Yeah.
It's like that?
No, a very delicious. I'm so hungry. I'm like, oh my gosh, your hair looks like just like the. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna edit this out.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have me so emotional right now too.
Stop.
I'm trying right now. These lashes we forever to put on. We'll say off.
It's okay.
I can.
It's okay.
Look at these nails.
Let it go.
I can't.
Just let it go.
What has Popsy's off?
Just let it go. Just let it out. Just let it out. Just release it. Just let it out. It's okay. Wait on me.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Because it's okay.
And I did not know you was in a relationship. We got so much attention. Why you didn't bring her?
It's okay.
I don't got no friends with Daunessy.
Listen. Because like
catch.
So is there any closing advice that you would like to offer any young women out there, specifically young women? Is there any advice that you will offer? Matter of fact, let me go back. To your 16-year-old daughter. To your 16-year-old. Because I don't even think she won yet, is she?
No.
She not even won yet, y'all. So we really thinking in the future. That's 16 years. Mm-hmm. What do you want to say to 16-year-old her? And I want you to know I got the mind of the elephant. So in 16 years, if I'm going to find her on one of them social media sites that's going to be around, and I'm going to drop this video. So go ahead. Yes. Go ahead.
So my 16-year-old daughter, what I would tell her, or tell any young girl out there, to number one, love yourself. Don't try to fit in. You don't need to fit in. Because your purpose and who you're supposed to be is going to come. And you're going to be amazing. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are intelligent. You are powerful. You are ambitious. You can do anything that you put your mind to. Love yourself. Respect yourself. And also stay focused. Pray. Pray through the process. And not only that, but I also would say to always be a leader, never a follower. Anything that you want in this world, you just have to work towards and work and work, and you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You can do anything. And there's going to be times where you feel like you want to give up. There's going to be times where you're going to cry. You're going to be at your lowest. You may even go through depression. You may feel like you're alone. And let me tell you something, you are not alone. I want you to talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to somebody. You do not have to go through things in this cold world by yourself. And I want you to love on yourself, and I want you to give yourself a big, big hug and tell yourself, I got this. I got this. And you're going to be just fine. I promise you. And you may go through some things in your life that you are afraid to talk, or you may be afraid to tell anyone. Don't be. Because you don't know how many other people are going through the same things that you are going through. And don't think that you have to be like everyone else. It's okay to be different. It's a beautiful thing to be different. It is. And another thing, a lot of the people that you have in your life,
From elementary, a lot of them is not going to go with you to the top. And you have to be okay with letting them go. You have to be okay. Before for success, a lot of things and a lot of people can't go with you. You can love them, but love them from a distance. Love them from a distance. Because for what's for you shall be for you, and what's not for you is not for you. And that's okay. But I'm telling you, all you beautiful young girls out there, I love you. And you are going to be something. You are our generation. You are here to change this world, this crazy world we are living in right now. You have a chance to make this place a better place. You have a chance. And I want you to keep fighting. I want you to keep pushing. And I want you to know you got this. All right. Love you.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us for another episode, another vibe, another moment of time we get to connect with you as we connect deeper with ourselves. If this episode served you well, like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow her on all of her social media platforms. As I said, the links will be in the description box below. Her name, you've seen it come across this screen multiple times throughout this segment. I pray that this conversation served you well as it served me.
Amen.
I love you. I like you. I life you. God loves you. Amen. Above all. Thank you for tapping in. Stay blessed.
Amen.